Hello and welcome to SikhMemories.com. My name is Sahaj Suri and today we're with Ujagar Uncle, co-founder of Camp Chardi Kala, and we have requested him to share his story specifically on the partition. So our Ujagar Uncle, could you just give us a little background, where you were from, when you were born?
I was born in Amritsar, and I was born in 1928. And that will soon make me 85 years old. I feel good about that. From Amritsar, my dad was a physician. He was teaching in the medical school there, and that's how I happened to get born in Amritsar. My family is from Potwar, from Amritsar, from Rawalpindi and Campbellpur area. Okay. Sade Nanke, my mother's side, they are in Rawalpindi, and my father's side is from Campbellpur. Okay, and so I come from northwest of Punjab. Okay, near to Frontier Province and Punjab Sahib, which is very near to us. So whatever else you want, I'll be very happy to share with you.
Right. So I mean, what was it like growing up in the northwest of Punjab? What was the political situation?
We were moving really, wherever my dad is posted, we'll go with him. But in summer, गर्मी दी छुट्टियां च असी कदी नानके जाते, कदी दादके जाते. So we'll come back for their couple of weeks. And we had a large family. My Masi ji, the bacche ya hor jis tarah vi. So we had good time getting together and enjoying our family togetherness.
Okay. And what do you think that the political situation was at the time?
Oh, at time of partition?
Yeah.
Very interesting. I used to study in Gordon College, Rawalpindi. It's one of the better colleges of Punjab. And very interesting information is this, that in that area, Muslims were about 80 to 85% population was Muslim population. Okay, and that means Sikhs and Hindus were 15-16% population there. But in that college, which is one of the better colleges of that area, Sikhs and Hindu students were 80%.
Really?
And Muslims who were 80% population, but only about 15 to 20% as students. And I think you've seen that a very significant reason among others that led to the problems, because they felt that these are only 20% people and they are having all the benefits, very good education, businesses, jobs, homes, properties, and we are the people of the soil. We were too, but they were, but they didn't have in the power, education, power. They didn't have those things at that time. Though they had huge votes, and they could, in a democratic situation, they could outvote anybody anytime.
Okay, wow, that's very interesting. I mean, and just leading up to the partition, what was the sentiment like? Was there a lot of conflict between Muslims and Sikhs and Hindus?
Not for some time, till about 1 or 2 years before partition. There's not much of conflict. The conflict at the political level in Lahore, when the elections will take place, when this member of legislature, discussing things being talked about, how the Sikhs should be protected. So, since we're a very small population, the Sikhs did not have in Punjab, except in Ludhiana district, a majority. And in a democracy, unless you're majority, you can't get the right to control that area. Okay, and since we didn't have majority any place, the Sikhs political leadership could not demand that we want a separate country. Whereas Muslims, they could and they did, and they insisted on that.
So, go ahead.
What?
So I mean, the British were leaving the country that time. How do you think that played a role in the actual partition?
British, they had decided to leave.
Right.
many reasons, political reasons, the unrest in the country, losing the World War. They won the World War II, but the implications of that, there's a lot of unrest among the people. And the last thing came when Indian Navy in Bombay, they revolted. When some part of Indian Navy revolted, then Britishers thought it's time for them to go. Okay, people were against them in any case, but when part of the Navy also started showing unrest, they started packing up,
Yeah.
among other things.
So, I mean, do you think the timing was right for the British to leave?
Yeah, we were not ready. Sikhs were not. We say, okay, see, we'll do this and we'll do that, but how could we do anything? We didn't have majority in any place, like Muslims had, like Hindu had. The whole country is Hindu majority. We didn't have anywhere, and our thoughts were not really very clear at that time. Our leadership, okay, that they say ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ Raja Ranjit Singh's government and Sikhs, this area belongs to the Sikhs and all that. But even if they give it to us, if you don't have the votes, you can't keep it. That was the problem, major problem.
Okay. Well, could you just tell us your story in the partition?
Oh, my story is partition. I remember in Rawalpindi when I was there. The unrest started in Haripur Hazara area where Bin Laden was living, a little further north of that. Okay, they didn't want to wait. They were instigated by Muslim League, who had in the recent elections had a huge majority in Punjab, and we saw in newspapers and TV to news on the mostly newspapers that hundreds of thousands of Muslims, they're walking towards Rawalpindi with sticks and whatever they can find in their hand to attack and assault. When we saw those things, we got very scared. They could not come to Rawalpindi as such, the main, because of some protection, but they did go to villages of Rawalpindi and fronted all the provinces there, and they started burning the properties, killing, raping, home to home and village to village. And all those are relatives and our friends, they started moving away from the villages, come to Rawalpindi. But Rawalpindi was also not safe. The surrounding, if we are in a center here, but those homes which are there, and there are 2 homes or 3 homes, they become the first attack, vulnerable to the attacks. So that's how it went. And it's a very scared time. So many Sikhs, we started thinking of what to do and where to go. Several went to Patiala state, okay, because we felt it's a Sikh Raj and that will protect us. Our family, very Master Raja's family, our family, we moved to Solan in Shimla Hills, away from the disturbance, and we were there for some time till we moved to Delhi. That's another story. Chapter 2 we'll talk in a little while. Okay. So it was. That's what happened. Most of people had to finally leave and not stay there. In fact, as a young man, at that time, I was 19 years old, and I felt, hey, if I am a Sikh and I'm living in Pakistan, so what? I'll become a Pakistani. Big deal. Don't Sikhs live in Africa and there are Sikhs from Africa, Sikhs from England, right? And if I become a Sikh from Pakistan, why not? It's our country. We have been there for years, for centuries. So why can't be a Sikh in Pakistan? That was a good thought intellectually, but in reality, you know what I'm telling, because how they attacked us, and it was no more a safe place for us.
So you were 19 when this happened?
Yes.
Okay.
I was very well informed. I used to read newspapers, ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ 2 ਅਖਬਾਰ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ, Tribune and Ajit. That was paper of Sikhs.
Ajit was a Punjabi paper, right?
उतने उर्दू छेगा.
Okay.
Those days Urdu was the main language next to English. So Ajit in Urdu and Tribune was in English. And that was one of the first people to get up in the family and go and read those newspapers, very well informed. And I had some Hindu friends, so they were always teasing and taunting us. They used to tell something, just a slogan that tells you the feeling of that time. We used to say, Panth Azad, Desh Azad. That means if we, the Panth, is free, then the country is free. Or they would say, no, Desh Azad, Panth Azad. And you say, we don't agree. If your Desh becomes independent, and if Sikhs don't have place of honor, then we are not free. So we'll raise a counter slogan, Panth Azad, Desh Azad. I think you should have this for discussion one day. What does this signify? Panth Azad, Desh Azad. It's a very serious issue. It never got resolved.
Right, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what was it like when you decided that you had to leave Pakistan?
Oh, yeah. It was very unsafe. And also when people started leaving, at that time my dad was in Amritsar, in Lahore. He was posted in Lahore. So I remember 15th of August when country became free, I was in Lahore. And I saw the Pakistan flag go up. And I said, no problem, I am Pakistani Sikh, sure. But before that, even before the country became free, the Muslim League people, they hoisted the Pakistani flag there at the secretariat to show that it belongs to Pakistan. Master Tara Singh, who was the leader of the Sikhs, could not tolerate it. He's very, very sincere, very hardworking, and he got agitated like me. So he had 19 Sikh MLAs, member of legislature, with him. So they walked up to the flag post at top of the building. He took out his sword and he cut off that flag of Pakistan and threw it on the floor. That was like lighting a match to tinder box. The riots become very intense. It was unsafe to leave the home. Okay, and we had people living in panic day and night. Now, since my dad was in an official position, he could not leave. At that time, these government people, they had to make a declaration if they want to go back to Pakistan or India. Since the country is being divided, they were given an offer, you want to go there? My dad opted for India, obviously, to go to India. But there's short supply of doctors those days. And they say, as doctor, we need them. When we can spare them, we'll let them go. It's a big panic. We said, our dad is here, how can we leave? As a chote we say, then it's not up to us anyway. So, myself and my brother, there's some Hindu staff, they were leaving. This job. When we reached the train station, it's very important what I'm telling you, very, very scary thing. Miami station, ਅਸੀਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਭਰਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ nobody's buying tickets, you just run into the train, whatever. ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੜ ਸਕੇ, we could not get in, there too much crowds. And when the train left after about 45 minutes or 1 hour, another train came loaded with police, hathiyar and chains to arrest people, that kind of went in the same direction. We learned later the train that we could not get into, they were stopped at Kasur train station and they butchered everybody. It's a real thing. We were in a way lucky that we did not get into the train. So this happened many times, that the trains going from India, from Pakistan to India, they would stop and kill everybody. And then the Sikhs, they thought that we need to give the same kind of answer. The next train that was going of Muslims, refugees from India, they did the same thing. And they wrote there, "Khoon ka badla khoon," which is very strong language, but they learned that language. The trains coming became more safe. And they thought if they do this to us, people here will do the same thing perhaps to them. So that's what worked to save our people at that time. It might look brutal thing, but that was the only language they learned at that time. Us too. Everybody, it was, you stand head for head and blood for blood. Okay? So anyway, people came wherever they posted, or their friends or relatives, and bade log ki Patiala chale gaye, Patiala will help, and we went to hill stations to be unsafe. So then my dad later got posted in Delhi itself, and we had a nice home and everything. But in between, we were in a refugee camp for a little while. My brother, who was in Delhi Polytechnic studying engineering, he got very nervous because he didn't know where his parents are, he didn't know where his brothers, sisters are. And he used to keep a sword, 10 footy, as a young man too. He was fond of exercise and gatka and this and that. So apni karpan phadi, te gadi ch baith ke main labban ja raha hain, I'm going to look for my family. Then people said, "Kaka, kithe ja rahe hain? Uthon log natte aa rahe hain, tu to ja rahe hain." They persuaded him not to go, and thank God he didn't go. Janda te ki hona si, nobody knows. So he came back, and we went through that kind of trauma in my family.
So what were the refugee camps like?
Oh, very interesting. You have seen Red Fort, Delhi, Lal Killa. Yeah. Red Fort is somewhere. There used to be an open area, and then it became Lajpat Market. Okay, but there they put tents and all that, and they put us there. And then people got restless with no food, no money. My parents were not there. Everybody was similar circumstance, and we started getting restless. They thought that refugees didn't kapna pond, they might start riots, or they might do something bad. Being excited, worried, angry, frustrated. We lost our homes, we lost properties, and we don't know our families. We have no resources how to deal with it. Okay, they started putting us in trucks and bringing us back to where Kalka ji is in Delhi now. Kalka ji, Kalka Kalani.
Okay.
Beyond Lajpat Nagar. They loaded us in trucks and brought us to Kalka. We reached Kalka, there's no food, there's no arrangements. जैसे कि सिर्फ जाने लौट के आने देखो कि we went to there, we couldn't find anything except some wheat and dal shell. Muslims जो they had run away by that time. So it was a very tough time. There's some more stories I can go into, but yeah.
Oh, please, if you want to say anything.
No, really, it's when you're desperate, you use desperate measures. They may not be wise, but they are acceptable. Okay. If they thought they can rob and kill us, we said we will rob too. But we have nothing to rob, there's nothing to give. So anyway, that's what it is. It's difficult times for everybody.
Did a lot of people support that? But especially, you went back to the train. If we go back to the train incident where one train was being slaughtered, and the next was in retaliation was being slaughtered. Was that something that was being supported by a lot of people?
Well, they knew that that's the only thing that worked. Who will oppose that? You know, Muslims were not there to oppose it. And we wanted justice, we wanted to safeguard our people. I'm not justifying it's the right thing to do. Like, there's war going on and you throw a bomb and they say we'll throw a bomb too. Right? You shoot and It was that kind of situation, desperate situation. But it subsided. Sikhs didn't have to kill many trains or all that. When they knew that they will do the same thing, it calmed down. Without that, it would perhaps have gone on for some more time.
Yeah.
There's not sufficient protection from police and army, okay? But those were the times. Even the government was not very organized. For example, at time of partition, most of the Hindus and Sikhs from northwest, they were brought to a place called Wah, W-A-H, Wah Cement Company. It was about 10-15 miles from Punjab. All the Hindus and Sikhs were brought there to protect them from the slaughter in those areas when they were a minority. And Mahatma Gandhi was the same Muslims from East Bengal and Bihar were being brought to Noakhali. There was another similar camp in that area in East. So Mahatma Gandhi started his prayer meetings with Muslim camp which come on the TV and radio every day. Not TV, there was hardly any TV those days, radio. And he'll give speeches. Till that these people are safe, I won't leave this place. And the Sikhs and Hindus who were punished or brutalized, they started getting upset that nobody, he tells Sikhs and Hindus, oh stay on, wahan mein aap ho, theek ho jayega, hum aayenge. Laga rehanda siga. So they got very upset and angry. He says, nobody gives a damn for us. Why doesn't Gandhiji come here at least for a short visit so that people know that he supports the whole country and not just one group? Also, what happened? One Hindu, Punjabi Sikh, he got upset and angry and he assaulted Gandhi. And we were afraid कि जिस किसी सिख ने कीता होंदा ते सानू तो खत्म कर देंगे because we are so visible. But we knew that and we came to know that is done by Punjabi Sikh. But similarly, at that time the assets of India were being divided between government of India and government of Pakistan. And there's a lot of money that was being disputed. And there's so many crore of rupees that Indian people felt that Pakistan has received fair share. Gandhi said, if they want, give to them. When that is that, then that Hindu from Maharashtra got very angry. You know his name? Who killed Gandhiji? You know that?
Maharashtra?
Yes. I'm forgetting his name. I'm 85, but I'll remember. But that's no problem. He came and he shot and killed Gandhi. Okay. When that happened, among the Sikhs we had a huge panic. मैं कह रहा किसी सिख ने ना कीता होवे जे किसी सिख ने मारा होंदा I know the Sikhs were slaughtered out of India like happened in 84. Huge panic. But that when it came on the radio, Sardar Patel announced, then we said, Shukar hai, jo bhi hai, at least we are not involved in this. So it's tough to be a minority anywhere. But our leadership is very good, very honest, but they were not sophisticated in political matters. Masdara Singh did everything, but he didn't know what to do, because if only one small area of Punjab there is Sikh majority, what could he claim? It's very hard to define your goals without validating them. So that was the problem Sikhs had, and they were not clear what to do. I lost my train of thought. See, I'm an old man. You should ask this question 10 years back. I'll come back to that. So, forgive me. So, this is it. You know,
I mean, at any point, did you think that you'd come back
To India?
to Pakistan?
Sure. मैं तो कहता सी की होया पाकिस्तान में I'm the Sikhs in England, the Sikhs in Africa, the Sikhs in Iran, right? Your own family, they're there, you know it. So if they can be Irani Sikhs, I can be Pakistani Sikh. Big deal. की फर्क पैंदा? हुण भी तो सिख है ना पाकिस्तान में जेडे भी थोड़े बंदे हैं.
There are a few Sikhs.
No, there are Sikhs in army. We met him जब 7 years back. We had gone there that jatha. We met a Sikh doctor there. Okay. Now they have nominated Sikh as a member of the legislature. देखी फोटो दूसरी दी.
No, I haven't seen it.
Young man, खुली दाढ़ी, करोड़ा ना जो दा. Very handsome. And they're very good Sikhs. I give you very interesting. When we went to, not that I'm changing the subject, but it's very important to know. We went to Pakistan, Darshanawase, in the Jatha. We flew to Toronto, and from there, in Pakistan Airlines, there were 150 people in 3 or 4 buses we went to. And we also went to Peshawar. In Peshawar, there's a Gurdwara by Joga Singh. You know the story of Bhai Joga Singh? You know the story of Bhai Joga Singh? I'll hold back on that.
No, please.
Sure.
Go ahead, yeah.
Bhai Joga Singh ji, he was a devoted follower of Guru Gobind Singh ji. ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਮਾਣ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਜੀ. I'm a very special, very good Sikh.
Okay.
ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ is perceptive. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਕਿ ਜੋਗਾ ਨੂੰ this is not right. We should all be humble and love to each other and respect each other. ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ did a test. ਤੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਜੋਗੇ ਦਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਸੀਗਾ. ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਬੰਦਾ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਕਿ give this letter to him. 4 ਲਾਵਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ. When 3rd lam is done, give to him at that time. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ. ਤੀਸਰੀ ਚੌਥੀ ਲਾਸ਼ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਹੱਥ ਫੜਾਤਾ. ਉਹ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਭੇਜਿਆ. ਉਹ ਖਲੋ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਖੋਲਿਆ ਪੜਿਆ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ come right away. Now for him to leave his marriage, we could complete it in the next 5 minutes. He left right away. So in his honor, there's a Gurdwara by Joga Singh the Gurdwara. It's a beautiful 3 or 4 story building, as tarah, and it's like surrounded. There were 206 families in that mohalla, and beyond that is all Muslims. This whole forest of Muslims, and this is the only where the Sikhs are. Okay? But that man left at that time. But something beautiful we saw was there. Even small kids, they knew Gurmukhi. Like our bache, they're doing kirtan. Some of them are very rich. They'll go to, here they call private schools, in India called public schools. They'll go to public schools wearing nice coats, jackets, ties, bags. Okay? Some. And others some were middle class business people, and some were driving rakshas and tangas. But for us to see कि साढ़े बच्चों ने मैंने आप गुरमुखी नहीं आती सी अच्छे आके सीखी है. I'm accepting it, but I didn't need to learn till I reached here. I didn't feel the need. I had to understand my religion, my faith, talk to people, know it first and then talk to people. So it was such a uplifting experience to see a छोटे बच्चे कीर्तन कर रहे थे, सवेरे तैयार होके, they are going to schools, right? In that place, few families surrounded by an ocean of Muslims. And you read about Afghanistan and Pakistan, that bomb here and this here, they killed this and this, that, in that atmosphere. So you can survive. I tell more stories. I'll keep on going, but actually you have to stop me. There was a Sikh who I will see him. पंजे साहब गुरुद्वारे बड़ी सेवा करता सीगा उत्थे गए ही वाज इन भाई जोगा सिंह गुरुद्वारा ते मैं कि तुसी कहंदे जी आई लिव इन पेशावर ते मैं रक्षा चलाना पर मैं जिथे गुरुद्वारा दीवान हुंदा ही गोस so this is this dedication of commitment of people that's more important he had no money मैं कि बच्चे I'll send you money तो where do you want to go मैं अमृतसर साहब दे दर्शन करना तो मैं दोस्त अजीत सिंह मैं तू भेज नहीं मैं गिव यू मनी उन्होंने नहीं भेजा मैंने ध्यान नहीं रहा I got the address I wrote him once or twice they didn't reach him properly but that's it even the poorest poor had the wish कि मैं अमृतसर जाके दर्शन करूँ so that's the glory मैं एक बारी I went to American Embassy for some papers and all that I met a Sikh he was talking in Pashto then एक और मुसलमानी कुड़ी में गलां पे करता सीगा मैं के बच्चे दस की हाल है he started telling me so they are there he says we are no better off but in between there are a lot of problems okay in Afghanistan and fear there's a lot of problems the burning gurdwaras in Jalalabad and other places okay and those the all money exchange business was with Sikhs for a very very long time turning their dollar into rupees and Indian rupees highly respected so it's a good community but for them Punjab Sahib is the nearest and top pilgrimage spot because from there that's the nearest okay like we go to Darbar Sahib they go to Punjab Sahib so if you want to meet with them go to at Vaisakhi time Jathe Danal Punjab Sahib you'll meet many Afghan Sikhs and when our Jatha came from there to Kartarpur no where is Kartarpur so do you know anything about Kartarpur
no
okay when Guru Nanak Dev Ji after doing his preachings he was a family man he was married had children so he settled in Kartarpur he started his own farming he'll work raise his food bring to langar eat and others will eat so we went to Kartarpur Sahib then we saw a bus come from Peshawar there they had come for pilgrimage Peshawar wale Kartarpur Sahib aaye se mile this very handsome young man your age bada mujhe changa lagya na ke he told me his name is Afridi I'm sorry Afridi is one of the tribes of Pathan tribes and very confident body shaan and all really and main dekha we were such a minority we were killed or thrown out and all that sade bacche still feel so good about it that's Chardi Kala beta remember that and Chardi Kala lies here not here lies here I can't tell you how impressed and how pleased I was तुम पता मेरा तो मैं को मिले थे मैं पहले बच्चों को मिलता फिर बड़ियां गल करता and it's very further भाई साहब अनाउंस किया जो तुसार जे लंगर है एक गुरु नानक दे घर दे आटे दी रोटी दा तुहानू अज लंगर मिलेगा एग्जैक्ट कोड ते साडे नाल माय फ्रेंड अजीत एंड हिज वाइफ आर देयर ओदी बड़म के तू जा लंगर फटाफट आटा मांग के ले आ जितना मिलता है ओके बिकॉज गुरु नानक वो है कि जी गुरु नानक साहब की जमीन खिसी वो हुण तक चली है गुरुद्वारे नाल and he made a technically correct and true statement that from the land of Guru Nanak this atta has come. It's very emotional thing if you think about it. Okay? And now they are expanding, putting flowers, putting orchards and this and that. You should go and see it's not too far. From Lahore it is very near. From Delhi it's very near je jana hoya kisi ne te. ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਸਤੀਆਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੀਦਾਰ ਦਿਓ ਜੀ ਬਖਸ਼ ਦੂਰ ਦੀਦਾਰ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਬਣਾਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਓ right? I mean, the problems we know, but if we want to put our mind on that, we can do it. How much costs? We all go to Delhi. So why can't we? We go to Darbar Sahib. वो तो कितने दूर है? Lahore, 20 miles, 25 miles. Yeah, nobody gives a damn. Forgive my language, but really, we get in car, go 50 miles just for roti. गुरुद्वारे जाना है कैंप अनाउंसमेंट करने, we go 60 miles. So that's it. You need to have a need to feel inside. History has no meaning unless you live through that, read it, feel for it, and make it part of your life. And unless you do that, nothing will happen. It's the work of you young people that you got live through that. Really, this other day I said, look, Dilida, we were hearing this, but let's talk to people and say, you put yourself in their situation. Like me, you ask me to describe the partition. You talk to them, find out what happened, and if you were there, what you would have done. That's it. What we need. देखो है ना बच्चों ने से आज जब बच्चे खड़े हो गए ऐसा कर देख पता है their parents feel so good. So many parents come to me, मन बड़ा चंगा लगा है मेरे बच्चे ने ऐसा परसों दो चार सिख लीडर खालिस्तानी others वो कहते तुसी साढ़े को आंदे से कि तुसी अपने बच्चे भेजो हाँ हुण असीं आने बच्चे लैके तुहाडे कोल. So you got to do something from the grassroots.
Yeah.
One, you have to be good, you have to believe in it, and you should have, I use the word strong burning desire here to work for the path. Chali gal nahi karni, think through it, work it properly. You should have a very strong group within yourself. Try to document every little thing like you are doing right now. Okay? And then share it.
Yeah. Do you have any other words or messages for the future
Plenty of
generations?
messages some other time. I love to give messages, but I've given you. Tell me how many messages I've
How
given
about to
today.
our viewers?
Yeah.
Do you have any message that you want to impart on?
Oh yes, I don't want to repeat, but I love young people because I know my own youth. At time of partition, I was 19 years old. I was in college. Okay, my family had a very important. My dad was in Amritsar Sahib at time of Gurdwara Sudhar movement, and he was a strong Sikh. Okay, and whenever he did us something very very good कि जिथे भी जाते सी सानू गुरुद्वारे दर्शन कराने हिस्ट्री करानी लाहौर गए तो उत्थे दिखाने गए अमृतसर गए wherever, and our family had not very preachy कि तुसी ये करो but they'll just do it and that's it. Okay, and my wife, she started something wonderful कि शाम ਨੂੰ we should all sit together and do rehearsal. Absolutely, that's like a rule. Okay, and this camp and other things, they are product of that devotion really. Okay, there are so many things I can tell, but I'll stop here. I don't want to repeat and make it drag on everybody my own feelings, but I really want you to work on this very clearly, think through, and do one thing at a time perhaps. Don't do too many things, but make it good and effective. Have a goal. बस अगले साल तो ये करना है बस ठीक है. And stay on that.
Okay.
वाहेगुरु जी खालसा वाहेगुरु जी फतेह. Thank you, बच्चे.
I'd like to thank you very much, Ujagar Uncle. We'll definitely be having a link to Camp Chardi Kala's website online. Really implore that you guys come visit because it's truly a great foundation. It's helped me grow as a person.